pageant patrons, let me tell you what, some people are mad at me right now. And if you know me, you know that I love this engagement, but I just offered an opinion, and there are some people that are really upset. If you watched my last video, I simply went to the Miss Universe Philippines website and I simply judged, or I gave my top 15. I offered my top 15. And so people are mad because I did not include Alexie Brooks. I'm going to read you two of the comments that I have received, and there are some people out there that are, and I, read further down in the comments, they are defending me, and I do appreciate that. There are some saying, "Oh, you're this," and so they're going to unsubscribe and they're not going to watch me anymore, and I understand that, and I respect their decision as well. But here's one of the first comments that I got. It says, "I used to like your blog, but it appears you resort to clickbait. With due respects, it also appears your choices reflect the boomers' view of beauty, not the zillennials that make up the world's biggest and most financially powerful market today. Sorry." Now, let me break this down to you. I don't typically use clickbait. All I did was just offer a question, and some people felt like that was clickbait. So I do, if you think it was clickbait, that's fine. I simply just asked the question, did she make my top 15? Well, she did make my top 15. So it's still true. So, I mean, did she make it or not? I just posed the question. The other part, it says that my choices appear to reflect boomers' view of beauty. And I'm not exactly sure what that means, because I know people are trying to change the idea of feminine beauty, but beauty is still in the eye of the beholder. And so I might have to disagree with that. Now, first of all, I do respect, and I left the names off because I don't want anything to happen, because I do appreciate the fact that they took the time to leave me a comment. And so, but here's the part that you need to know about. It says zillennials. I don't know if that's supposed to be millennials, because I looked up the term zillennials, and that's not really a term. It's sort of undefined, but the only definition that I could find, it is those people that were born between 1990 and 2000. So this commenter says that make up the world's biggest and most financially powerful market today. Now, I'm going to have to disagree with that, because I'm not going to try to figure out the whole world. All I'm going to say is, here in America, number one, if they were born between 1990 and 2000, and it doesn't really seem like that's a real category, so there's no data for me to look at for zillennials. But for the most part, most of them aren't old enough to have any money. I mean, they're on their way to making the money. So that's fine. So, but what I did find was for millennials. And so that is a very defined, and it is a very defined generation. But your statement is not true when it says that they are the most financially powerful. Here in America, and I want to make sure I get this correct, and I'm only speaking about here in America, 52.8% of the wealth is owned by baby boomers. Millennials only make up 5.7%. So again, while I respect your comment, it's simply not true. Now, I do agree that in a few years that will probably change, but as of right now, it's simply not true. Baby boomers still hold the majority of the wealth here in the United States. But again, I do thank you for your comment. The next comment I want to read is, and I want to thank this particular person, because if you look at it, and I'm going to try to have it up here where you can read along with me. Even though they disagreed with me, they were very gracious in how they told me that. So let me just go ahead and read it. It said, "I do respect your own ranking choices based on Photoshop edited pics only, but Alexie won as best in swimsuit on her legit national competition. I was a little bit disappointed regarding your ranking to other girls because I am also rooting for all of them, but still liking your YouTube blog. I enjoyed it, and it seemed that you are kind, humble, with integrity. And to tell you the fact that Alexie is leading right now, and she got so much love from her, I'm going to assume that means oozing supporters on social media. Let's see this coming final competition, who will shine like a diamond. Take care. Muchísimas gracias a ti. And let me say the same to you. Muchas gracias a ti. I really do appreciate this, and I do appreciate the compliment. I'm not out to destroy anybody. I just offer an opinion on YouTube. And so, but I want to take your very first sentence where you said on Photoshop edited pictures. You are exactly right. That's why I said in my video that I went to the website and I judged the pictures there. So that is very true. And so some of the other things here, she was a little bit disappointed regarding my ranking. And I appreciate that, because we're different people. We are going to see things a little bit differently. And at the end, I do agree. Let's see this coming final competition, who will shine like a diamond. And I tell you what, people are saying it's going to be a bloodbath. But what really is happening is the Miss Universe Philippines has become almost a standard. And I need to watch some of the Latin countries. I need to watch some of those. But since most of my fan base, is in the Philippines, and I love the Philippines, I tend to do more Filipino-esque blogs. And that is very true. And Alexie Brooks, she is high on people's list. She is in my top 5. People fail to forget that. Well, they fail to remember that. She is still in my top 5. I've said that on almost all the videos that I have done about Alexie Brooks. She is in my top 5. And so there's just some things that I disagree with. But it's going to be on all of the candidates, not just one. But I do appreciate the fact that she has such loyal fans, and they are willing to say, hey, don't bash our queen. Because I tell you what, they did the same thing with Michelle D when Michelle D got flack. But I like that last commenter, because not only did he keep it respectful, he did give me a compliment, which I do appreciate, but that's not why I'm in it. But he kept it respectful. And I've always said, I don't care if you disagree with me. I don't. But that kind of a comment, I love reading those kind of comments, because number one, you're not saying, oh, you suck, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You actually thought about it, and you're saying, hey, blah, 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 and you're being very complimentary as well. And so it leads me to believe, it lets me see what kind of a commenter you are. So again, let me just say thank you so much. Here's another thing that I have been accused of, and I'm not going to read any comments about it. It says that I am a clout chaser. I'm not sure what that means in the Philippines, but here I want some kind of clout. One thing you have to know about me is the reason why I started this channel, if I was looking for clout. There are so many bloggers out there that play on the Filipino fan base. But you know why? Because they know Filipinos are active online. And so all they're doing is they're creating these videos. They're saying, hey, yeah, I'm going for these people, because they know that they have a lot of support. I have been rocking with Filipinos before it was even popular. Okay, so if I was looking for clout, I would have tried to find it a long time ago. But instead, what do? I just simply offer my opinions, and it's from my perspective. I'm not out to get any clout, because when the competition is over, I'm still going to be rocking with Filipinos, because if you have, anything about the channel, we've had this channel for a while, and we weren't even trying to get monetized. Because we loved OPM. That's how it got started, because my Lola Belen here in the States, she asked me to sing a song at a Christmas party. And I sang Ngayon Ay Kailanman by Basil Valdez. That was the first OPM that I ever learned to sing. Had nothing to do with trying to chase any clout. It was just because my Lola asked me to sing a song at a Christmas party. That's how I got started. I'll go back to singing after a while, but right now I'm just kind of doing this because it's fun. I get to meet, some new people, and it's something that I haven't done before, and I'm learning a lot. And so I'm still going to do that. Clout chasers aren't in it for that. They are simply in it for the clout. They want people to come and so they can get hundreds of thousands of views or whatever. There's a whole bunch of bloggers out there. They get a lot more views than I do. They get a lot more views than I do because they know how to punch the right buttons and they know how to do all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, do they respect your culture? They respect the Filipino culture. I respect the Filipino culture. I love the Filipino culture. You can say whatever you want to about me. When I first started singing, people said I was this, people said I was that. Hell, I got bullied by black people and Filipinos because they couldn't understand why I loved singing OPMs. That's not clout. That's respect. So if you think that I want clout, I don't need your clout. But I respect the Filipino culture because it's a lot like black culture. It's a very strong culture, very passionate. And again, that it is that passion that leads the Filipino, that people are looking at the Filipinos for. Why? They know that if they say something controversial, a lot of people are going to jump on them and they can get a whole bunch of views because they're trying to get monetized. So guess what? They know the Filipino base is tech savvy, and so they're going to do that to try to get views. I don't have a problem with it. Good luck to them. I want everybody to make all the money that they can. Now, here's the question: why did I not put Alexie Brooks in my top 15 photos? My criteria, and I want to make sure that I'm honest with you. I have 3 criteria. These are my 3 criteria. Fit. Number 1 is fit. Is Alexie Brooks fit? The answer is yes. No doubt about it. She's an athlete. Is she fine? When I say is she fine, that's sort of an all-encompassing term. And that's really subjective. Do I think she's fine? Her aura almost. That's number 2. And number 3, is she feminine? Now, somebody said that I have a boomer, reality, or, I judge using a boomer mentality, whatever. I'm not just real sure what that means. But femininity for me is, does she look like a woman? Can I tell that she's a woman? Alexie Brooks said herself that she's androgynous. And androgynous simply means both sexes. So my opinion is she wasn't as feminine as the 15 that I picked. That's what that means. Can you disagree? The answer is hell yes, you can disagree. But that was the criteria that I used. And the 15 photos that I looked at, all 15 of those women were simply more feminine, in my opinion, than Alexie Brooks. That's not to say that I want to downgrade her or talk about her. No. Some people are being short-sighted. What do I mean by that? They're only looking at the Miss Universe Philippines. They're not looking at Miss Universe, which is going to be held in Mexico. I'm thinking of that. When Michelle D came on the scene, she got a lot of flack because of her features and her facial features and her short hair. They talked about her short hair. But she was so strong, and I've said this before, she was so strong in everything else, you forgot all about her short hair. Hear me out and let me know if I'm wrong. If the Philippines wants to be seen as a trend setter, here's an idea that, here's an idea. Number 1, we want to talk about the short hair. They want to somehow change the idea of female beauty. Okay? Well, Michelle D already had short hair last year. So if that's the case, then that means Alexie Brooks is shadowing Michelle D. That's 1. Secondly, she is a biracial female, okay? So a black and Filipino female with short hair. What countries typically send female candidates that are black with short hair? And if you said the African countries, they have that on lock. So let's get past Miss Universe Philippines. Is her look going to make it on the Miss Universe stage in Mexico? They're already talking about how Alexie Brooks is a copycat of Zosie, who won Miss Universe. If I'm not mistaken, it's 2019. So if she's a copycat of that, or if she is seen as a copycat, that means that the Philippines is going to send a copycat. So they're not seen as a leader, they're seen as a follower. So will the Philippines be known as a follower? So in other words, they have a short-haired queen. Well, you sent a short-haired queen last year. So you have a black queen, well, she's, biracial, but a black queen with short hair. That look is always done, literally always done by the African countries. So now you're following the African countries. So Philippines, can you come up with something original? Why do I throw this out to you? Because I need you to think about those Latinas on that stage. They are going to be fit. They are going to be fine. They are going to be feminine. So what is something different that the Miss Universe Philippines can bring to the stage in Mexico? I don't have a problem. And I can almost guarantee you that Alexie Brooks is going to be in the top 10. Hell, she will probably even make it to the top 5. But the determining factor is going to be, and I don't care what anybody says, you have got to figure out, will her look, will her styling, will that work on the Miss Universe stage in the Philippines? You can get mad at me if you want to. You can unsubscribe if you want to. But the fact still remains that I can almost guarantee you that someone or some people in the Miss Universe Philippines organization is thinking about that. Is it going to, unless it's all a setup? If it's all a setup, it may not even matter anyway, because right now Miss Universe has so much going on that it may not even matter. Right now, I think there's a rumor, and I don't deal in rumors, but let's just say this rumor is true. They're going to try to get a female that has kids. Well, it won't matter who the Philippines send anyway. I'm not saying it's true because that's a rumor. I don't know. Because I don't deal in rumors. All I know is this, that if you want to be seen as a trend setter, you've got to weigh your options. Now, if Alexie Brooks is the best and she wins, I will be rooting for her. But I'm also going to take a look at the Latin countries. I'm here in Texas. The Latin countries are straight south of us. And we have and I know a lot of people here that are of Hispanic heritage, and they are very proud of their countries. And I can tell you that the ladies there, they are going to be fit, fine, and feminine. The ladies from the African countries are going to be fit, fine, and feminine. We already know this. So people can get mad at me if they want to, but you have to think past the Miss Universe Philippines. You've got to make sure that the best representative is going to be there on the stage in Mexico. And if Alexie Brooks is the best person to send, the best queen to send, congratulations to her. She's still in my top 5. I still think she's gorgeous. I did an early video when I saw an interview. Her interview was not very good. I just saw an interview, actually today. I watched it today because I'm getting ready to do another video. Her interview skills have gotten a lot better. I actually enjoyed listening to her interview. Now, one of the criticisms of Miss Universe Philippines is that sometimes the answers are they're so rehearsed that it's almost like a pageant patty answer. So you've got to guard against that. But I enjoyed her interview. So those of you that are mad at me, I respect it. If you don't want to listen to my blogs anymore, I respect it. If you want to unsubscribe, I respect it. But for those that can actually stick around and understand what I'm saying, I think there's going to be a lot more of those. And I do appreciate that. Because at the end of the day, we're looking at a bunch of fine women on the Miss Universe Philippines stage. Everybody's talking about Miss Universe Philippines. Why? So far, there's not a scandal. So far. I mean, you know, there's always a little bit of drama, but that I think that's just going to be part of it. But nothing like the Miss Universe organization. With all of the scandals that's going on, that's simply taking the energy away from the organization as a whole. And right now, the Miss Universe Philippines is injecting some life into the pageant scene again. My only hope is that the Miss Universe organization can get it together. And I'm a little bit off topic, but still it's kind of on topic as well. Because if Miss Universe fails, then Miss Universe Philippines will cease to exist. And all of us that do blogs based on pageants will have to find something else to do. So it's and there's a lot of money. There's still a lot of money to be made in pageants. But they're gonna have to get it together. But that's neither here nor there. That's a different discussion. If you agree with me, I appreciate it. If you don't agree with me, I even appreciate that. If you leave a good comment, I appreciate that. Whether you disagree or not, I appreciate that. You know I love that engagement. So if you stuck around this far, just let me say thank you. Consider liking and subscribing, whether you disagree or not. Consider at least giving me a like, because you made it this far. So, but I really do appreciate all of that support. And let me know seriously what you think. So peace out. You guys take care.